it here, but they.
I was able to mute y'all there. I got it. Hey, who's talking, Ray? Hey, everybody, go ahead. There's a good come on in. We'll get started. It's 10 o'clock.
I know a little bit about a lot of things. My husband and son only work from home, so like you can go, most of them, they're just crazy, they do everything.
Yeah, they're enormous.
So my parents still have those kind and they take it over and run everything.
That's what they say. That's why they call it hog heaven. Leslie, here's your card.
The tower from your,
No, try the other one.
I can see y'all.
That's my phone.
Patty. Marissa, Patty, Jenna, I can see y'all. Can y'all see us?
What is it? Yes, I can.
Thanks, Jen.
Yes, the speaker.
Mansfield Airplane.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute y'all in Mansfield real quick.
Hi.
Good to see y'all. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started this morning. Make sure this is working right. All right, so our core value today is we practice the art of prioritize and execute. All things are not of equal importance. A yes to one thing is always a no to something else. To maximize our time, we're always prioritizing and evaluating what tasks will have the biggest impact. When overwhelmed, facing multiple problems, rather than tackling them all, determine the highest priority tasks and execute. We focus on what's important, not what is easiest to accomplish. One important task can make more impact than 10 easy to-dos. That's actually going to tie into what we're talking about today in AI, which is going to be AI built by next 90 days. So that's part of the move, the weekly move that we've got going. And I'll share that with you guys in about 20 minutes right now. This is Mike and Brandy from Goosehead Insurance. We're going to introduce them. And there's his, is that on your website? I think
that's on the Goosehead,
okay.
Kind of the
I saw your
internet.
I saw your LinkedIn and all this stuff, but I was like, this looks really good.
Yeah. And I sent a wrong email to somebody and they gave me 1 star out of 5. It was I had that email address wrong. He's like, stop sending me stuff. I'm like, oh. So that's yeah. So we get started?
Yes, it's
awesome.
Floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for having Brandy, and I really appreciate the opportunity. Mike Kordewick, with the Kordewick Agency, which is a subsidiary of Goosehead Insurance. So we're going to kind of hit on 3 things: what we're seeing in the insurance market right now, what Brandy and I can offer that's maybe a little bit different than some of the other folks in the industry, and then some of the things, kind of takeaways that Brandy's gotten just from being in the business here for 3 months, coming from the mortgage side into insurance. So I think it's interesting to see kind of what's surprising to her that she didn't know about that might be able to help you all as well. So we'll get started. So the insurance market right now in the Metroplex, so if you think Dallas, Benton, Collin, Tarrant counties, is thawing. So that's good news. We've got more carriers coming back out into the marketplace. We're seeing prices come down, which is good.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, clients probably not feeling it all that much yet, but that's the reason that they need to probably shop, right? What we're seeing too, so we had a move up in wind and hail deductibles, obviously. The freeze that we got in 2021 was a black swan event that really crushed a lot of the insurance industry. We had a lot of carriers move out or temper their appetite for insurance in our area. They bumped wind and hail deductibles up. Some went to 3 and 4%. Which when I started, it was like, hey, $2,500 or 1%. And folks are like, hey, I want a 1% wind and hail. I go, I'd love to give you a 1% wind and hail. I go, they don't exist anymore. Like, I would never. I'm like, I'd never write a carrier that gives 2% wind and hail. That's ridiculous. And that's where the industry went. And it went higher than that. And so what we're seeing now is a compression. We're sitting kind of 2% wind and hail with folks coming in at 1% occasionally. If you're working in Parker or Wise, the insurance business out there is a lot better from a pricing and deductible standpoint.
Mine went down significantly this year.
Yeah, it is. Folks were getting bumps. They're like, hey, 25%, is that? I go, that's what it is now. What folks are seeing now is kind of that kind of compression and steadying of premiums. But it's always good to continue to go out and shop. I think the most important thing is not to stay stagnant with your insurance carrier. You will find more value out there going through, and Goosehead has 30 home carriers that we market with. So we've got Travelers, Liberty Mutual, Mercury, Nationwide, Progressive. We've got all of those carriers, along with some more regional carriers that aren't necessarily in every single state. We have some. Goosehead does a good job of going out and finding us carriers that will write business. And so that helps us stay competitive, and it helps keep your clients' rates low. I'm going to let Brandy jump in here and talk about kind of the things that she's seen as she's come into the insurance industry, and then I'll finish it off.
So I'm Brandy. I joined Mike in May. I was in mortgage operations for 15 years. I've done closing, processing, underwriting. So I always understand the need for everything yesterday. So that was one of the things that really drew me to insurance. I was at a different phase of my life, and I'm ready to make a transition. And Mike was the obvious choice. Our boys have played soccer together for 10 years. But the most surprising to me was the roof condition. And how a new roof can really affect your rates. But what a lot of people, and I wasn't aware of, is the roof class certifications that you can get from the roofers to bring your deductibles down, or your premiums down, especially as your roof's age. So if the roof is new, typically you're going to get a great rate. You don't really need the class certifications, but as the roof's age, the class certifications help bring the rates down. And that's something the builder can give. And it's a conversation we've had a lot recently because people don't understand what it is, where to get it, and how to bring your rates down. So him and I are coming up with some material that we can get out to educate because it is a great way, and it's a big discount. It's not a tiny discount as the age of the roof. So getting that as you're selling, if you have it, it's a great thing to provide as the buyer to the buyer realtor. If you're buying, it's a great thing to try to obtain from the seller for your client. And if we have it in hand, then we can give a pretty big discount with a lot of our carriers. And for me, that was huge. I was even talking to Mike about, we should have an app, a place you can upload those as you get them, etc. So this conversation's gone huge. I had no idea, but I think it's always a great way to know that is probably in Texas the biggest thing that drives the rate is the age of the roof or having that class certification.
You're talking about a class 4?
Yes, a 3 or 4. Yes.
3 or 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and there's a form, there's a Texas Department of Insurance form, PDI form. We'll send that to Brian so that y'all can see what it looks like. If you're the selling agent, ask the client, hey, have you had a new roof put on? Who put it on? Does it have a UL class certification? Because if it does, that is going to be a huge selling point for a potential buyer. That's something that you absolutely want to highlight because it will help reduce the rate. If you're the buying realtor, ask the selling realtor if that is available, if that roof has a UL, have them do the legwork. If the roof was put on recently, you can go to the roofer. They'll have the information about when the roof was put on and whether there's a certification. If it is, you can just forward them that form. They'll fill it out and sign it, get it back to you. That it'll give a big discount. It's something you want to get to your insurance company. So that's really the biggest thing with regards to home insurance in our area. And understand too that the older the roof age, even if there is a wind and hail UL certified roof, if a roof is older than 10 years old, there's a lot of carriers out there that won't insure it at replacement cost. They'll insure it at actual cash value, which is depreciated. So your client is paying the deductible, then the depreciation comes in, and then the client gets the rest. So that's important to know, especially as a buying realtor, to ask the sellers potentially for a concession on an older roof. All right, because ultimately it's going to cost your client money. So those are things to ask for in negotiations.
So 10 years is the break point of what?
10 years is really where you want to start to look at it.
So if you get a seller's disclosure that they're saying it's 11 years old, I can just expect that there's going to be a little bit higher insurance, or is it a lot more insurance?
Well, let's just say for round numbers sake that a roof costs $30,000 to put on. And we've got a $500,000 house with a 2% wind and hail deductible. Your deductible is going to take that down to 20, right? And let's say the roof is 10 years old and they expect it to last for 30 years. The insurance company is going to pay out roughly 75% of that 20. They'll pay out 15. So your client is on the hook for 15,000 of that $30,000 roof if it's older than 10 years. So things to think about in negotiations, or if a seller is giving pushback with regards to what you're asking for, just give them the numbers, right? And one of the benefits of what Brandy and I can do for you is we can run insurance. Let's say you have a client that has come down to two houses, kind of a competitive situation, right? Hey, we like this one, we like this one. Call us, give us the addresses, let us run what insurance costs on both. Let us look at what the clue reports say, were there claims on the house. It should all be in the seller's disclosure. But how is that claim going to affect the price from an insurance standpoint? Maybe that's the catalyst for them to make a decision, one house or the other, right? We can also look, if you have a roof that's older than 10 years, what that pricing looks like. And I can run it as a new roof so that we can understand what that gap or delta is in the premium that could affect their monthly payments.
Great. Good information. Thank you guys for coming today. Thank you for bringing us.
Thank you for
Did
that.
y'all have some cards there for everybody?
Yep, we got cards. We'll get that TDI form to Brian, and we'll shoot you an email just to remind you who we are, and if there's any business out there, any way that we can help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Brandy and I are very responsive professionals. I'm an agency owner as well, so versus a corporate agent. So been in the business for 6 years. I paid to be here, so we're sticking around.
Very good.
So appreciate you so much.
Appreciate Brandy. Brandy closed with Maria Oxner, and they know Gabby Darvis. They know Gabby, but she closed with the national team.
Oh, yeah. I did with Maria sold, and Kim Gardner was my buying realtor, and Irfan used to work for me. So
He's my good friend.
like small,
I just-
I had lunch with him. I think I was
Okay,
with him on
okay.
Friday, so.
Oh, well, tell him Tasha.
Yeah,
Okay,
tell him
Tasha and
Brian.
Brian, got it.
We said hello. Awesome. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you again.
Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Also, we have your contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Bye, guys. Thank you guys.
Come on in.
Okay, good.
Hello. Hello. All right, let me get. Okay. So here's headlines for this week. Next week, we've got Brittany Harris and Texas Specs is coming, And the AI may or may not be why isn't this house selling? I'm still debating if that's going to be our topic for next week.
Oh.
Is using the AI to help you understand why the house isn't selling. I'm working on that, so I'll update you as I go because I've got a lot of planning to do based on how much you guys used the last 3 weeks, which so far not everybody's using the stuff that we put in the weekly move, and that's okay. You're not required. I would like for you to use it to see what you think about it, see if it answers questions for you, but I'm not going to twist anybody's arm, I promise. 2 weeks, breakfast with Brian, Taj's brother will be here, New American Funding. August the 5th, there will be no meeting. You can have a meeting if you don't want to come up here, that's fine, but I will be in Mexico. Just letting you know, I'll be on the beach on Tuesday morning and going, hi. We're going to Maroma Beach, El Dorado, Maroma, near Playa del Carmen. Breakfast with Scott Summers in August, Scott Summers and Blind Logic on August the 12th. Somebody recommended them to me and they came out and did some plantation shutters for us and they're beautiful. And my people loved them. And so they've got a lot of solutions. So I asked them at that meeting if they would like to come, and that was back in. And they're finally getting to come in, so I'm excited for Scott to be here as well. The new training hub is up and operational. If you're running into a roadblock in your business, please go to the hub, put it in here, and see what the AI tells you. It doesn't have to be right. I just want to see what everybody's having a roadblock on. So Jenny, if you've got, my roadblock is I don't have enough buyers, or I don't have enough listings, or I don't know who I need to be calling. Put it in there and talk through it with the AI because it's got roadblocks and guidelines built into it. And I want to see what it does. All this stuff gets put in a back end site that will help me figure out what we're going to learn for the fall. Okay. So if you can use the roadblock, eventually, can I tell them, Jamie? Jamie is rebuilding the 6th Ave website, the main website. You're 111 pages in right now and 60 to go. Okay, so
That sounds fun.
it's going to be totally SEO optimized so that we can get leads for construction design, brokerage, pool and outdoor, everything that we're doing. I'm eventually, after I get finished with the training program that I'm working on right now, I'm going to rebuild the backside. And everything is going to eventually go through the Agent Hub. Everything will still be there. It'll be exactly like you're used to finding it. It's just going to look different. It's going to look better. It's going to look more like this. So that's what's going on with the training hub. Please bookmark that site. You can get there from the back site. It's the first link that's there. You can get there, but I would love for you guys to be able to use the Agent Hub as Jamie and I are working on really making this streamline and making it easier for everyone. That's the goal. Of course.
Okay, one other thing, and do this help us you so your email. Part of the reason I'm rebuilding our entire website, which is like taking us years to build, it's a massive piece, is twofold. One, we don't have very good SEO. I discovered that. But doing a big audit, I always done like storytelling, organic marketing, we tell your story stuff. It's worked. We get a lot of like website traffic, but very little. The second thing is our website has historically always been on Squarespace. Most of y'all, we've made a website for Squarespace. It looks good. It looks great. It's easy. It's fairly easy to use, but AI can't update it. And AI is not very good at reading Squarespace sites, and the SEO is not that great on them. So I'm rebuilding all of our sites using AI, so I can essentially go in Claude and say, hey, add this to the website, change this to the website, so I don't have to like manually do it or pay someone to do it. So I'm making it so it's AI native, meaning AI can build it and change it, and I can just say, hey, change out this picture, do this, add this, check our SEO, make our SEO better, blah, 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 blah. That's the first thing. And the second thing is I'm making it on a platform that is easier for AI to read, because I think the future is less going to Google. The future is going on ChatGPT and being like, who's the best realtor in Parker County? I need it, like it's AI, there's a word for it.
Friendly. It's AI friendly.
AI search engine, whatever. And so I'm updating it to be more of that. It's a platform called Astro. We don't even know that. I don't even know what it means. Okay. So I'm rebuilding it for that. But the point of all this, I know I'm giving a long explanation. Jenny was like, I need a new website. I'm new. I came on. So my plan is later in August, probably mid-August, is I'm going to do like a half-day session where whoever wants a new website comes in, and I'm going to give you some homework. I need you to come with photos. I need you to come with some information. I need you to come with some things. And I'm going to teach you how to build your own website using AI. So either we'll use Claude or we'll use a platform called Lovable, and we're going to make new websites that are better search engine optimization, and that you can use AI to update, maintain, build, and grow. So that's coming. That'll be mid-August, kind of after all the summer stuff.
So it's not gonna be like, right now I have a website, I mean, it has nothing, but.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's Wix or,
Yeah, it's Wix, which means you have to manually do it. AI can't do it.
I could pay someone to
And
build it.
Wix is great, but I'm gonna, if you, and this isn't optional, if you want a new website,
Is it
AI
gonna be housed underneath?
no, it'll be your own. So if you have angelastevens.com,
So we already have the fixed ad template built out through Squarespace.
yeah, this will be totally different. So you can keep that if you want, but if you're like, I want a website that Claude can update or Lovable can update, or it's easier to update, I'm gonna help everyone build that.
So I have a Claude Plus account or whatever it is, so I can start.
I'm just not giving that $5,000.
Yeah.
Patty had a question. Patty, go ahead.
It's actually Clarissa. So if we have a Squarespace and like I just got to build or renew it, should I renew it or should I hold off?
I would renew it for the time being.
If you own the URL and it's clarissabush.com or whatever it is, then yes, I would say that you want to keep that, because what happens is you still own the URL. It's just that all of the website stuff below it will then you can point it around where it goes then.
But it's
Okay.
no data.
So the problem is,
That's the URL.
so there's nothing wrong with Squarespace for now, other than you want to change something, you have to change something.
Mhm.
So I am building, and what I get you to is you want to change something, you say, Claude, change this thing. That's so if you want a brand new website where AI can build it, change it, update it, add to it, make blogs, that's what we're going to build. And I got to kind of crack the code on, like, I've done it for 6th Avenue Homes. I'm rebuilding our site. I built Brian's point 111 pages with me not coding a thing, me just talking to Claude.
Wow.
Uh,
Will there be an interface with, those things on the MLS, you know how?
I got to figure that out. I haven't figured out yet.
There's a link
but-
actually here with the MLS that you can just.
Yeah, so- Yeah, I think I can figure that out, but that's coming. It's gonna be in August. I'm not gonna do remote. If you want to do it, you got to be here. It's too complicated to video chat. So just know, I'll probably in a couple weeks, I'll send out a calendar invite. I'll let everybody know. I'm gonna give you homework if you want to come. So that, Jenny, that's the answer to your thing, which I haven't responded to.
Okay. That's great. I'm
so
excited.
Coming.
Thank you. We're excited about
Just
that.
show up.
So what we'll probably do is we'll probably take the class time that day if it's Wednesday, if he wants to do it on Wednesday, we'll just do that whole session that morning and start like at 9 o'clock or whenever he wants to start and go for half a day. So we'll get that planned out. We were talking about it yesterday. Let's get into our data for today. News you can use. I need to change that. This is news you can use. Buyers are adapting. Mortgage demand strengthened in June. Homes are selling faster than they were a year ago for the first time since April. This is based on May and June. Just so you know, inventories are made above 1.1 million homes for 3 straight weeks. Buyers are adjusting to today's market instead of waiting for the conditions. Markets continue rewarding stability, AI-driven earnings, resilient labor market, steady consumer spending continues supporting investor confidence despite ongoing geopolitical uncertainty. Read Iran. The economy continues showing more resilience than expected. This week's focus, markets were watching consumer price index, which came out flat yesterday. Interesting. Retail sales and the start of earnings seasons for clues about inflation and future Fed policy. Those reports could influence mortgage rates more than any single Fed headline this week. Consumers are slowly adapting to today's market instead of waiting for yesterday's market to return. Local. I'm going to start adding in a little bit more flavor for all of our different areas that we're working. So we're going to start in Mansfield. Construction's underway on West Hill Park, a planned 600-home luxury community expected to bring approximately $500 million in new residential development to Mansfield over the next several years. Parker County, a proposed $500 million mixed-use development in Willow Park and continued expansion in Walsh and Aledo show that westward Growth isn't slowing down. Large employers, education, banking, and housing are all following the same path. North Fort Worth, major residential, retail, and mixed-use developments continue moving forward across North Fort Worth. Hundreds of new homes, new commercial space. If you haven't noticed, they're moving straight up 35.
Yeah.
Growth remains strongest in the Alliance Bonds Ranch Heritage Trace Corridor because it's closer in and they still got room to build there. Fort Worth continues attracting long-term investment. The new A&M downtown Fort Worth campus opens its first phase next month. Students, faculty, long-term economic investment. These kind of projects strengthen the confidence in the area's long-term housing demand.
They're already working on the second camp.
Yeah, and they're working on UTA West too. Based on these local trends, what are 3 positive talking points I can naturally share with buyers or sellers this week? This is your talking points for getting this information in front of people. So find out about your local market, and then you've got something to say. You've got something to call somebody about and go, hey, did you guys hear about, I know you got a kid in college, A&M, UTA.
I saw that this morning, actually, when I was coming into Fort Worth, the building that says Texas A&M, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. Okay, Clarissa's view. I see you, Clarissa. Wave at me. There she is. All right. Here's Clarissa's view. And I'm just going to let you look at it for a second. You'll see that coral line of price decreases is still out there. This week we had 7,553 new homes hit the MLS, the entire MLS. In our 6 counties, we had almost 2,000.
What does that tell you though, that the price decreases is wider than?
More sellers are decreasing their prices because they're coming to reality of, hey, we're overpriced or we're not seeing enough buyers. That's the reality of what we're seeing. Consumers are adjusting, they're not waiting. And I'm going to back up just for a second. I'm going to show you something. What really makes us look at all this stuff is the number of pendings and closings on the full DFW MLS. We had 3,800 go pending in the last 7 days. We had 3,700 close in the last 7 days. That's big. That's the full MLS. If you look at just our 6 counties, 1,100 and 1,200 were pending and closed. People are still buying. Buyers are still out there. They're just being selected. They've got choice. Mortgage demand is improving. Homes are selling faster than they were a year ago. Buyers are learning to make decisions in today's market instead of waiting for yesterday's market to return. Life events continue to drive real estate. Job changes, growing families, downsizing, retirement, relocation continue creating demand. Interest rates influence decisions, but life is what still moves people. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to tell you something. The agents who help clients make good decisions in today's market, not predict tomorrow's market, will continue winning business. Here's something that you need to be thinking about. The silver tsunami. Do you know what that is?
Baby boomers.
Silver tsunami is still coming, but it's going to be micro market driven. It's not going to be this great big rush of people selling their houses. It's also going to be that transfer of wealth from the baby boomers to the younger generations. So we've got 2 things that are going to be affecting how we do business for the next 10 years. This is our market. The silver tsunami is how this is going to be driven. The thing that we can be talking about are the job changes, the growing families, downsizing, retirement. Big one is relocation, because as our kids, because we're all about the same age, our kids are starting to go to college. Andrew, you're younger, but you're just a baby. You're a baby. You and Jenny are babies. Y'all get on out here.
I can tell you a few things.
But as our kids start to get into college and stuff, and then they start to get married and they start to have kids, we're going to have a lot of people that are relocating because they want to be near the family and where the family goes. That's something that we all have to keep in mind of the conversations we should be having. If you got friends and neighbors and relatives and people that are in their 60s and 70s and they're living in your neighborhood, these are great people to get to know. Take them a cake. Take them some cookies. Be friends.
Cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls. Yep. What's that place over in Lakewood? Ginger Brown's?
Oh, yeah.
There's cinnamon rolls. Okay. Anyway, just thinking outside the box. These are people you need to be having relationships with, adding to your database, getting in front of these people, because that's where your business is going to come from. Here's the builder update. Competition between builders remains strong. Builder incentives continue creating opportunities for buyers. Conversations are shifting beyond simple rate buy downs. Buyers are comparing total value for the inspections, warranties, closing cost, flexibility rather than incentives alone. Growth isn't slowing down. North Fort Worth continues approving new residential neighborhoods and mixed-use developments. New supply is coming. Population growth continues absorbing much of that inventory, helping support long-term housing demand. President Trump allowed the new housing law to go into effect unsigned. He had a certain amount of time, I think it was 48 hours, or maybe it was 7
Is
days.
that where he
It's
won't let investors buy houses?
well, it's part of that, but and this is not something that's going to affect us today. This is something that's going to affect us for the next 2 to 3 to 5 years. As people start implementing these housing policies, it will start to affect us. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'm watching it. And if something happens, I'll let you know here. If Patty, I know this is for you specifically. I've stopped updating Goodreads on the website, so I may have taken that off. If I didn't, I will, because all of that information I was giving you in Goodreads, I'm putting in this presentation now. Because I want us to have the same information that we're all talking about, thinking about as we move forward into the next 5 to 10 years. Walsh has entered another major growth phase. Nearly 1,000 additional homes, apartments, roads, and amenities are moving into Walsh as builders continue investing in West Fort Worth and Parker County. Community continues attracting buyers looking for master plan living and the Alito ISD. Here's your AI prompt. Help me compare a new construction home against a resale home for this buyer's priorities, not just the purchase price. A couple of weeks ago, I told you that I had a buyer that wanted to go north of, like up near west of Denton, in that Justin Ponder area. And so I just had AI go pull all the builders that were in his price range and then put in all the parameters that he was looking for. I need 4 bedrooms. I don't want to be over 2,500 square foot. I want this kind of amenities. I need a fireplace. I had AI pull all that, make me a list, and then I went through the list and hand selected which ones to go to. And he drove through the neighborhood. We bought a house for him. 400,000.
So smart.
Okay. So
I've never done that.
get
I'm like Googling.
Go,
Yeah,
and see, and that's the thing with the
Thanks.
builders, you can Google forever, but let AI do the hard work. Let it do the individual stuff. Easy to do, just make sure you give it the context first, like we learned this whole spring and summer. It needs context. Put the buyer's parameters in there. Say, these are the things they're looking for. Here's their price point. If I move up $25,000, do I get a better house? Those are questions to ask AI, because they can go out and pull all that information. Thank y'all for staying with us. I appreciate it. Sorry we lost internet here for a few minutes. Looks like we're still recording. That's great.
Right.
Yes.
So
Presentation.
Is filed and the buyers have agreed to block the matching items on the spreadsheet and create a final inventory with a matching price provided to them in the final document. So I have to.
Okay, thank you guys. Jamie, Andrew, thank you for taking care of stuff. Can y'all hear me online?
Send to.
Yep, Victoria says yes. Rachel, Brian, thank you guys. Okay, sorry, we just lost, they're doing some work out here on the street, so I don't know what happened, but we lost internet. Andrew sent a Slack message and Jamie reset everything. Thank you. So Leslie was asking how I'm using the AI. And what I explained to her is right now I'm using ChatGPT as my brain. I think a lot in ChatGPT, and then I do a lot in Claude. I use it as my builder, and then I'm using Gemini to back check me on the other two. And sometimes I use Grok to back check that as far as like what's socially appropriate, or because it's connected to Twitter, so it has different things. Checking the different AIs, as long as they have context, I think is completely fine. I think it's something that we probably should do. It's basically like if Andrew and Jamie and I got together in a group and I have an idea and Andrew's really good at helping me think because he knows how I think and he's going to talk about these things, but then Jamie's really good and he's sitting over there doing all this stuff and he's a hacker. He's doing this stuff. He also has ideas. And then Jenny's coming behind going, I'm a new person here and I don't understand any of that. It's fantastic to have all the things together so that we have so many opinions and try to build something that's better. If that makes sense.
Do you know, I try to play all of them, ChatGPT, Claude, all against each other. I'm like, well, this is what chat said. What do you think? What do you? I do.
Well,
I do. I'm like,
you want to have fun? You want to have fun? Go to co-work in Claude and have Claude open up the ChatGPT, your ChatGPT in a web window and have them talk to each other. That's fun to watch. Because it goes,
You know, when you say these things, you know what it does to my brain.
it took me a while to figure that one out, and I stopped doing it because it went too fast and I couldn't keep up. I took Claude, opened it in Kordewick, and I said, Claude, use Claude in Chrome, which is an extension. Go to my chat GPT, here's the link, open chat GPT, and y'all have a conversation. And they talk to each other. And that was interesting. But I don't do that all the way. And I did something for you that you're gonna like here in a minute. Okay, so let's get into the AI now. We've been talking about it so much. Are you getting anything from the AI stuff that we're talking about? Are you getting a little bit?
It's information I just haven't put into practice.
That's okay.
Can we have a study hall in the fall?
Yeah.
Study hall?
I think it's tangibly doing it with you would be much more helpful than just getting all the information and us doing it on our own.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna give you
Like
that
a study
opportunity.
hall every once in a while.
But that's what the weekly move is for. The weekly move, if you do the move, you're doing study hall.
No, but you don't.
That, like, in
understand.
person.
You have- What they're saying is.
I
I
get
can
it.
put the study cover up to hear it, see it, do it.
Y'all wanna do that next week? Y'all wanna just?
No, please, I'm not on vacation. Oh.
Watch the video.
But
What?
Hand-holding.
Oh, well, yeah, it should be a vacation. Okay,
Like after the
let's
fact.
go through this material and then we'll talk about stuff for a few
But
minutes.
I won't do that.
Every week, we aren't trying to build a new business. We're trying to remove one obstacle, one better decision, one better habit, one better conversation, one less bottleneck. Because everything that you guys are telling me is that you have a bottleneck. Holly, you just told me you need somebody to stand and hold your hand while you do these things. I get that, but that's your bottleneck. Your bottleneck is not knowing, it's doing.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody has something.
I think
Mine
that's
is
our problem.
time.
It's collectively the problem.
Then let's work on it. And I think that's what we need to do. And so next week, I'll give the market update and then we'll have hand holding.
That's.
I'll sit with everybody and I'll hold your hand.
Just our brains do not work like yours and Jamie's. And so like for me to like compute everything and then do it on my own, I'm like, wait, what? No, not that, did I understand that? Like, so.
But do you ever go back to the slides and go through one at a time? Because
It doesn't
usually
work. So we're not,
your brain doesn't do
visual
that.
Well,
learners,
and I think a lot of,
tactile learners.
another thing
We have
is
to do
a
it.
lot of these things in AI that are being executed are, they're on the elevated plans, like co-work, you only have access to it if you pay for it.
Yeah.
monthly.
And we have the free version.
It is.
It
yeah.
is?
Yeah,
It
you
is.
cannot
Co-work
get
is-
access to
Get the
co-work.
$20
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, so I think there's things like that that's important. So wait.
Jamie's in for
I just want to be on your
Jamie's
plan
in for
so I can go on
$5,000 a
this.
month.
Yeah.
How about I just
Okay.
pay you $100 a-
So let's talk about this. Okay, so the reason that I started building all of this, the reason that what we did the April and May and we've done the entire summer is because of what Claude did in February.
Build it.
It built itself, okay? And Jamie and I both recognized within probably a week of each other, we started talking about it. Things are about to change. We want you guys to at least have an edge on what everybody else in the industry is doing, which is why we started doing the things that we're doing in the background, like these trainings and stuff. For the next 90 days, this is where the AI is really going to accelerate, in my opinion. The next 90 days, the third quarter of this year it's going to accelerate. As it accelerates, it's going to accelerate itself. So it's going to get faster, not slower. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Connor?
Well, no, okay, so you have to, you went from the slow to fast because we're still in the slow.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you've been sitting through any of these classes since April, you have an edge that most realtors don't have.
Oh, okay,
Okay?
I got
You
you.
have at least a starting point. You've seen AI. You've been introduced to it. We literally have AI built into the agent hub, into the weekly moves. I put guide rails on there so that you can't, it shouldn't give you a terrible answer. It should give you contextual answers. So what we need to do now is the last 2 weeks, we've mapped our business and we said, where do I get business from historically? That's what build a bit better business, man. If you did the move, yes, go ahead.
like I told you, I went back and did, what is it, like the 12 steps?
In small steps, big results?
Yes, yeah,
Mhm.
and I've gone through each step and I went into chat and asked it to like audit my online presence and it gave me a 9 out of 10. But I think that's only because I'm doing exactly like what you're telling us to do, like literally
That's awesome.
every day. I'm like, okay, what can I do? Like this week, I think the last one that I did, it was like ask people, what, go online and give, what did it say? Give like information.
Value, something of value.
Value, thank you. Yeah, something of value. And then also like reach out and ask people to give you referrals.
Mhm.
And so it's like it's all like little small things. I think you said like maybe 30 minutes a day. And it's like so tangible on this and really helpful to me
Good,
on this end. And so thank you.
Absolutely.
It's working.
awesome. So what I'm building right now is a completely new agent training. What do you do from day one? That's what I'm building right now, but it's going to take me about 2 months, 2.5 months to build it. So like we have a new agent, Summer.
Yeah.
That was
I
here
know
last
her
week?
This morning.
Okay, so she's new. She needs to know, what do you do? How do you do this job? What does it look like? What does it feel like? That's the most important thing. There's plenty of trainings out there that tell you, hey, you need to go to your association and get signed up and get your MLS credentials and do these things. Now you've got a license, go to work. It's like, what does it look like? I remember my first 2 weeks in the industry, I was like, I'm sitting in the office just listening to some people talk because I didn't know what to do. This training hopefully will totally erase that fear. That's what I'm trying to build.
I think if you do that right too, you'll get a lot of amazing new agents. Reference some of the bigger brokerages. That's their thing. They teach you. Well, wouldn't necessarily say they teach you. They just give you a crap ton of information and you're drinking from, fire hose. And it's so hard to grasp what really is important and what you really need to know. So you walk out of every meeting going, what the hell?
Yeah.
And you don't do anything because there's so much and they involve so many people that maybe aren't an expert in that, but they need a body to be able to teach it. So I'm very excited to, even not being a new agent, but going back and doing that, I'm excited for that. Because if you do it right, it's going to be huge for bringing on some really good quality
But
people.
Is
that need
that something that we can, obviously maybe not start next week, but like in the next couple weeks? 'Cause I feel like if I just get obviously I use AI every day, but not at the capacity to be using them. And if anybody could benefit from somebody doing something for me that I don't have to do myself, it'd be phenomenal. And Holly would probably love it too, to get her work. But I think I just need to get comfortable about the building blocks.
Mhm.
And then I think I can build my own blocks. I just don't know how to stack the blocks.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what this whole thing has been about since April, is just getting context for how we can use AI to benefit us individually. I'm using it to benefit us as a group because I want us to build our businesses. Like I was saying, 2 weeks ago, we built a business map. You don't have a lot of people behind you right now, but you have a sphere.
Yeah.
And this new agent training is actually going to walk you through everybody you know. It's going to absolutely walk you through and say, do you know these people? These people need to be in your database. Oh, you don't have a database? Here's a sheet where you can put everybody in. Oh, you don't have this? Here's this. Oh, you don't have this? Here's this. Here's a mistake that Brian made. That's what this training is going to be. What this training is today is where we go from July the 14th, 15th forward. The next 90 days, the next season of real estate, because you guys know traditionally July 15th is about when everything starts to slow down. Back to school is,
Slow down.
we are actually in,
But you're kind of in your building blocks to Labor Day.
going to Labor Day, but we're back to school. Back to school starts August 12th.
It's
Yeah.
early this year.
It's here.
Hey, by the way, order football magnets.
Yeah, we're in the process.
Let's talk about that after class,
Yeah.
because I want to on that too.
Yeah. Football maybe, Cowboys.
Cowboys and TCU.
I also have a template if you want to put your school district in there.
So we built our business map and then we had AI qualify all that last week with the move. You remember the move from last week? This week, we're gonna go straight into 90 days. We don't fail because we don't know enough. We fail because we're trying to improve everything. If you're like me, I look at and I go, oh, there's all this stuff I gotta go do. And then I spend hours doing all this stuff instead of fixing the one thing that is my roadblock. So last week or 2 weeks ago, we mapped our business. Last week, we did find my bottleneck. If you know where your business comes from and you know what's slowing it down, what question should come next? Build my next 90 days. So most plans start in the wrong place. Most people ask, what do I want? Instead, what does my business need? What's the difference? Goals come from us. Needs come from evidence. Does that make sense? Goals are something that we go, I want to buy a Maserati, or I want to go on vacation to Mexico. The needs come from the evidence that your business is telling you that you need. Good planning begins with understanding, not motivation, not discipline, not hustle, understanding. 2 weeks ago wasn't about the homework wasn't about, last 2 weeks were about homework. It was building that context. If you did the move, 2 weeks ago, you discovered where your business comes from. Last week, you discovered what slows it down. Today, we're going to build on that. Everybody that got a blueprint from the April-May class, and if you didn't get one, there's a place that you can go and get a blueprint built on your culture index and your past production, which you don't have a lot of past production, but we can build it off of your culture index. It's a blueprint of what you need to be doing daily. Here's the 5 steps that you could do every single day. Time block these, go do them, and it will generate business. The secret to this business is business begets business. Business makes you busy, but it also brings more business. The busier you are, the more business that will come. So we're going to build on that. Great AI doesn't start over, it builds. If you're going into your AI and you're starting a new conversation every day, you're missing the point. You're using it like a Google search. So your context should be, and Jamie was the first one to actually teach me this, and it took me a while to understand. You build projects. So Jamie will build, like for me, I have a training project, and then I have the small sets, big results, irreplaceable agent, the office meeting, all that's under the project, under that one project, because inside the project on Claude, it learns from each other. ChatGPT is great at that because you don't have to have a project, although don't update ChatGPT on your computer. I did it yesterday. It took me 2.5 hours to get it off because it's awful. They got to rework that. They erased all of my other threads on the Mac. If it offers you the chance to update ChatGPT on your machine, just wait. Let them rebuild it because that was not a good build. So AI doesn't start over. It builds. We did the business map, the bottleneck, and the 90-day plan. If you did the move and you have your business map and you did the move and you have your bottleneck, you can load those directly in and it will tell you what your 90-day plan is.
So, just referring back to what Holly was saying, perhaps it will benefit us all, or a lot of us anyway, those that need more housing, to some sort of a review of last week's, like 2 or 3 slides, just a recall, right? Because I'm struggling to just, I get caught up with you saying, you know what I mean? And then I forget everything that you're telling me, or I don't listen to it because I get.
Because I'm talking too fast?
No, it's just me.
No?
No, it's just me. It's just trying to recall what you talked about.
Okay.
So that I could,
a review?
so I can stitch it together in my head, I guess.
Well, okay.
More of a review.
So the slides are there on Monday
I
night.
understand.
I put the video in there. Put a link to the business group. How about I just come to your house on Tuesday mornings? I'll come to everybody's house on Tuesday and I'll sit down with you and we'll do the meeting.
Clearly, you're not busy.
Oh,
Yeah, you have ChatGPT doing that.
Or not, you just get a robot and you stop driving a car, you're fine.
well, I was gonna hire Jamie. I was gonna hire Jamie to figure out. I mean, I went so far, I bought a Mac Mini that's operational in my house all the time, and I can get on this computer from here and make Claude do stuff so that it's done when I get home.
Yeah.
That's,
It's.
I leave my kids to do the same thing.
you used to do it.
You did
That's
it.
more of it.
Just call it Ultra Mini. and just let them do something for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
You should have named.
let's go on down through the slides, and I want to get to the move for you guys before we run out of time, and we're already late. I never start from a blank page anymore. I continue conversations. I keep building on previous work. I give AI more context. And AI remembers what we've already learned. Occasionally you'll run into where you put in something and AI will go something weird. And I go, did you forget everything I told you? My
Oh, yeah,
son,
you can
he
score.
cusses at
Oh, yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, just go
And
with it.
ChatGPT cusses right back at him.
And Danielle's last week, texted her back and said, are you upset?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the two comparisons. So Agent A, if you just go into start a thread on any of the AI and you say, help me build a 90-day plan. AI has no idea what it's
Yeah,
talking
Okay,
about.
so you say business map bottleneck. So you want me to go take the cultural index?
No, I want you to take the moves from the last 2 weeks
Yeah,
that are on the Agent Hub, and at the bottom it says weekly move. Go there, and then there's an archive, and go back and build your business map. Go through that one little AI section, and it's going to give you a file and give you a PDF of what your business map looks like. The next one is a bottleneck. You're going to answer some questions. It takes 10 minutes to walk through with AI, and you can load your business map directly in so that it can see what's going on. You're building the context. You're building a foundation of how you want AI to help you for the next 90 days. You put those two things in there, you're going to get a better 90-day plan than this person. So giving it context, if you took the blueprint, if you got the blueprint, that email that I sent you had your production in it. I gave you your production and your culture index. Feel free to load those directly into the AI. And you can use our AI on our site. It is Claude, but I'm paying for you to use Claude.
That's not fair.
Well, that's how important you guys are to me.
Anything best foot forward is Claude, the $20 a month, so you can work and co-work, start there.
Is there co-working?
And then, yeah, because I haven't done that. I'm still using Chat just because I'm not gonna go start jumping over to something unless I fully
No,
commit to
well,
it.
because we did that on chat and we didn't like,
I did not know,
Yeah.
because we started paying for Chat and I was like, I
Because it
don't
didn't
like
have
it.
context.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was
It
useless.
didn't have context. And the more context you give each one, the better it is. I'm paying 100 for Claude and 20 for ChatGPT
So,
and 20 for Gemini.
so I'm gonna go, my homework for myself this week is I'm gonna do the $20 Claude. I'm gonna upload my culture index desk and then start this. So can I just take the prompts from that and put it into mine?
You can,
So that
or
the
you can
conversation
use
can-
the actual workspace on our weekly move. It's
But
already
then
all
how do I
built
get
in.
it to talk to my
You want to
Claude?
speak into something?
Yeah, I mean, I would say two couple of quick things. I know I'm hijacking a little bit. I think Claude is way 100 times better than ChatGPT. I still use ChatGPT for quick Google stuff on my phone. It's like go back and make dumb drawings. But Claude is just, I think the output is 100 times better. If you can afford it, I would pay for $100 a month if you're using it a lot, and minimum pay for $20. Because that's like 2 Starbucks coffees. Starbucks coffees are expensive.
Yeah.
At least pay for the $20. Down the app, download the thing on your computer. I also did a teaching a couple months ago where I gave you I made a PDF like Claude 101. I can resend that. It should be probably back in Slack if you go look at it. I can resend it. The other thing I would do if you haven't done it is several months ago I taught on building your persona, and I have a PDF that walks you through that. Basically, all that is say I want to build a persona. Persona is just a giant doc where you answer a bunch of questions. It has a bunch of information about you. If you haven't done that, you should do that because then you can upload that too. But have to say I want to build a persona, interview me, and then save all this in a Google Doc or in something. How many kids do you have? Where are you from? What's your background? How do you get into real estate? What makes you you just need some sort of giant document, a PDF, a Word doc, a Google Doc that has information about you. The easiest way to do that is say, interview me. And then, so I have like a 30-page, 40-page document saved on my desktop and in my Google Drive and saved in my Claude. It's like just an interview with me. So I upload it and it's saved, so it now knows who I am. It knows my kids' names, it knows my kids' ages, it knows my dog's name, it knows the story of 6th Avenue Homes, it knows the things I like. But I would say, if you don't have that, when we go to make websites, you need that. But that's just a simple thing you can have. This doc, hey, as a reminder, here's who I am. And it doesn't have to be that organized. But I can send my sort of breakdowns on how you get.
Just send those to me, email them to me, and I'll attach them to the brokerage announcements thing.
Okay.
I'll just put those in there.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this stuff because I know you guys, I want to be very cognizant of your time, respectful of your time. Every plan should answer 4 questions. What am I trying to improve? What will I do consistently? Because that's my biggest problem, and I know it's your biggest problem too, is life happens and you've got to go do stuff. You got to go see Rush, right?
Yes.
Okay. How will I measure progress? What might derail me? So different bottlenecks require different plans. A follow-up, if you've got a follow-up bottleneck, you need weekly systems. If you're having lead generation problems, you need daily conversations. If you lack confidence, you need practice. If you lack capacity, you need to eliminate things to make all of those work. Would the same plan work for all 4? No, it would not. It needs to be individual. Your next 90 days shouldn't fix everything. They should move one thing, one bottleneck removed, and it changes everything downstream. AI is helping us think, not decide. AI shows possibilities, but you decide what's true. Sometimes AI gives me a bad answer, and I call it out and say, that's terrible. I don't like that. Think about this and this and this. You didn't think about these things. And they'll be like, oh, you're right, Brian, I should have considered that. So building your next 90 days. If you completed the business map and find your bottleneck, upload them. They become context. If you didn't, a problem. AI will recreate enough context through questions to walk you through. So don't have to go do it. It would be better if you did. Here is what this week's move looks like, and it's active now. And Jamie, I added in a speech language to it as well. So once you guys go to this and you select how many transactions you've closed in the last 12 months, the reason I ask that is because it's context. It tells AI where you are. When you do that, it's going to walk you through. This is the conversation that I had with my AI on this site. And I said, I told it how many transactions I had. 16 plus tells me you've got momentum. Let's find the one thing that would make your 90 days count the most. What's the biggest thing slowing business down? I said, finding new buyers to take out the show. Got it. Buyer pipeline is the drag. When a new buyer comes in, where do they come from? My past fear, pipeline works. I send out monthly newsletter, birthday cards, off solid foundation. How often does a real conversation actually happen versus a one-way touch? 30-40% of the time. Great. That's actually a decent connection rate. When you do get into one of the conversations, how often does buying or selling come up? Most of the time, I've done this for 20 years. That tracks. Here's what I want to dig into next. When you think about your people in your sphere who haven't sent you anyone, what's your gut? I'm sure they have other agents, family members. Most of the people that I take care of would refer me if they know anyone. That's an honest read. And then it said, I wonder if your sphere is actually well served, blah, blah, blah. I said, do you have any ideas of extra touches? I do. Let me hold for that plan. How much time in a typical week do you have to add something new? I said, I'm good at scheduling on my calendar. I could devote 1 to 2 hours. Perfect. Then it started building. The one constraint, specifically activating a warm sphere that's already on your side but not being prompted. Does that feel true? Yes. Great. And then it built my 90 days. And it told me, huh?
What does yours say?
This is it.
Oh,
One focus. Give your sphere specific reason to think of real estate and refer you right now. Not more touches, better ones. The constraint I named, lead generation, a loyal sphere that isn't being prompted consistently enough to send buyers your way. Here's my rhythm. Days 1 through 30, add one reason to refer moment to your existing touch points. And then the only I'm thinking about buying this spring, I've got time for great people, simple, direct, you. 1 hour this month to write 2 to 3 versions in your own voice so it never feels scripted. Here's my 31 to 60 days. Run it, refine it, what success looks like. 2 to 3 new buyer conversations started from a direct referral ask, not waiting for one to appear. And this works because it fits inside what you're already doing. AI answered all of that. AI that you have the option to, have access to, did that. just from our conversation. Took me 5 minutes. So what I did is put it on the move. In the bottom left-hand corner of the workspace, it says speak. Click that and you can talk to the AI and it will answer you. It'll write back. I don't know if it actually voice text you back.
It said talk to text.
But you can talk to it and then it knows what to do. And then after you get done, down at the bottom of the page, it'll say, build my 90-day plan. Click that, it'll open a PDF, it'll open the link, and at the bottom, it'll say save as PDF or save as Word. You can save it as a Word document or as a PDF. At the bottom of that, there's a thing that says, I did it. Please click I did it and just give me your thoughts. It's just for me. Nobody else sees it. But I want to know, did the AI serve you well? Because that helps me guardrail and build the next versions of how this is going to look. For the next week, let's see, what's the 15th, 22nd, 29th? Next 2 weeks, we won't do anything new. We'll do hand holding for those 2 weeks. I'll do market update, and then we'll just play. So bring your ball. We're gonna go in the backyard and play football.
Let's go.
So finish this sentence. After you go through this, for the next 90 days, blank will receive most of my attention. 3 weeks ago, AI didn't know your business. If you did the moves, today it understands where your business comes from, where it slows down, what deserves your attention next. That's the difference between using AI and working with AI. That's huge. You know, we've always said you can work on your business or you can work in your business. Use AI to work on your business. You can use it to use in too. There's great ways. Talk about the buyers, builders. There's so many things that you could be doing. It's just imagining them. And for all of us, because we all have kids, we all have parents, we all have life going on, is the time. That's my biggest constraint, is the time that I need. But that's everything that I wanted to tell you guys today. I hope that you got a little bit better and are excited about some of the things that we're building here at 6th Ave. With Jamie building what he's building, I'm building the agent hub and the new training, plus all the other things. Please continue to go through small steps. I think you'll love it. Go through your guide too. That's the way that I think of it. Is I want the new agent training to be the base. I want everybody to have access to walking through being a new agent. What does it look like? Because you may miss something. I know I've missed things through the years, and I've gone back and built those pieces as I needed to. But I think it'd be great for me to have all the pieces in one place. So from there, then you're going to go through small steps, big results, because that's being a better agent. Your Guide to Texas Real Estate makes you very transactional and explain things better to your clients. Irreplaceable Agent gets you on the artificial intelligence front, and that would be the arc of I'm wanting to build this. So now my next task is, while I'm building this, I have to build. From the leadership, they tasked me with making this one true arc for an agent to go from beginning through being a professional, being a completely, that's the wrong word, being, what's the word? Good at the job.
Proficient.
Huh?
Proficient.
Proficient, yes. Not necessarily an expert, because I'm not an expert by any means. That's why I want you guys using Slack and stuff for questions, because Patty and Clarissa and Jana and Ray, look at how many times does Ray answer the perfect question with a perfect answer? I love the fact that we can do this as a career. Everybody likes Ray. And Brian, we got Brian right there. Victoria, we got all these people that know so much stuff that I don't know. And that's the beauty of what we do here at 6th Ave, is that we're able to do this together and build something this is lifelong. This is a permanent way of doing things. And I think that that's where we're headed, is having this arc and having this camaraderie that we can build this together and go through it. So next 2 weeks, I will not train anything except market update. That's my promise. It actually frees up 4 hours of my time for the next 2 weeks, which is awesome. So if you can be here next week, that's great. Angela, will you be back the week after that? So we'll have playtime then too. So I'll scope that out at about 10:20 to 11 o'clock. The next 2 weeks will just be playing in AI. You're welcome to do it online, but I'd love to see you in person. Carissa, Patty, thank y'all for joining us. Victoria, Brian, Ray, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for sticking with us through the, internet going down, but I hope that we all got something, and I'm really excited for where we're headed with this. Let's get ahead, let's get going to your success. Let's go. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Stretched out.
Goodness gracious.
Thanks, Brian, that was good.